Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Diego Daria. And tonight we've got the NBA playoffs and UAAP volleyball, but we're kicking things off with the new champs of UAAP tennis.
So, buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. The University of Santo Tomas has ended their 11-year title drought in UAAP men's tennis. Joining us tonight to share their championship journey is Rookie of the Year and Season MVP Nilo Ledesma, Sebastian Santos, and Coach Alexander Diego. Congratulations, champs. You wanted to correct me about something, Coach?
Nilo Ledama.
Ledama. Nilo Ledama, Rookie MVP. We gotta get it right. Because it's Rookie MVP. Congratulations. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Mauna na, para dun sa mga hindi nakakaalam, Coach, yung journey at yung schedule at yung hirap ng tennis sa UAP. Kasi iba yung format niya, no? Baka dun sa mga... Pwede mo ba i-explain paano mahirap yung naging, yung tinahak niyo para bago tayo magpunta dun sa championship?
Nung first round, we won sweep, 6-0, and then second round natalo na kami, and then after nun, nag-end yung elimination round ng 9-3. It's quadruple tie with
NU, UE, Ateneo.
UE, one UE, NU, UST, and then Ateneo. And then nag-playoffs, and then natalo kami ng playoffs against NU, and then we nag-game ulit ng weekends for the Final Four, and then twice to beat yung NU kasi number 2 sila, na number 3 kami. And then doon nanalo kami twice, and then nag-finals, and then against Ateneo, so nanalo din kami twice.
Oh, so yun ang kailangan natin i-explain, Diego, kasi tinalo nyo pa yung NU, who are the defending champions. So twice yun para makapasok. Tapos yung Ateneo, tinalo nyo rin ng dalawang beses
for the
para
finals.
maging champion to finally end that 11-year drought. Yan. Para malaman ng audience natin kung gaano kahirap yung dinaanan nila.
I mean, yung grabe nga yung journey niyo, Coach, the whole UST team. Pero let's talk to Sebastian before we go to the Rookie MVP.
Si Seb.
Seb, ikaw yung game clinching point to win this championship, to break the 11-year drought. Ano yung emotions, ano yung nararamdaman mo, iniisip mo as you serve that last point? Kasi it was on a serve where you scored that last point to win the championship.
Una po, tumingin muna ako kila Coach kasi parang na-excite na rin ako, kaso iniisip ko kung mawala ako sa focus, baka mahabol na naman ako.
Right.
Tapos kasi lagi siya na-expect yung kalaban ko na mahina yung ibibigay kong serve. So nag-try ako mag-gamble ng bola, nilaksan ko. Tapos yun, hindi siya nakabantay. Nagulat siya sa serve ko na yun. Tapos sumabit na yung bola niya.
Pero mas maganda yun, Seb, na yung championship point is on serve. Kesa na receiver ka dyan. Di ba? Mas magandang sitwasyon yun kasi kontrolado mo yung rally, no? Tama ba yung pagkakaintindi namin dyan?
Opo, tama.
Tama. Okay, ang ating Rookie MVP, Nilo Ledama, congratulations.
Thank you.
Historic yan, obviously. Hindi madaling gawin yan, Coach.
Of course.
Paano mo nagawa at anong pakiramdam to go down in the history books to be a Rookie MVP, not just in tennis, sabihin na natin sa UAP, mahirap gawin yung kahit na anong sport. Kaya gusto kong malaman.
Pinakauna po, sobrang saya ko kasi nakuha ko yung Rookie MVP. Hindi ko in-expect yun. Ang hirap na nun, sir, yung muntik na akong ma-injured. So biglang nag-down yung confidence ko. Sabi ko, patay. Kailangan kong maglaro para maka-champion kami. Kailangan namin mag-champion.
So ano yung mindset mo nun? I mean, you got injured, kailangan yung mag-champion, you're a rookie, syempre, first time mo rin in the UAP, although you have a lot of experience playing tennis, national, international. Pero dito sa UAP, ano yung mindset mo? Ano yung tumatakbo sa isip mo nun?
Tumatakbo sa isip ko yung dapat. Kasi natalo kami noon, dapat mag-training kami, dapat babangon kami kasi talo kami ng Ateneo that time. So, in-inspired ko yung mga teammates ko. Pinapunta ko sa court doon, nag-training kami. Tapos pumunta rin si coach.
Coach, explain din natin na it's not just about the tennis in UAP.
Yeah.
It's the pairings din, ano?
Yeah.
Meron
It's a
kayong
blind
desisyon na
pairing.
kayong ginagawa kung,
Yes.
at saka paano nyo isa-schedule yun. May strategy behind that. Can you
Yes.
explain it to us? So, paano nyo na-discartehan yun, yung part na yun?
Yung sa lineup, yung submission kasi ng lineup is naka-blind pairing siya.
Okay.
So, before the game, so it's like the UAP game is Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, nag-uusap kami ni Coach Johnny Arcilla,
Arcilla,
the coaches,
yes.
Coach Al. So, nag-uusap kami about the lineup. So, before the game, nag-uusap na kami about the plans for the lineup for the next game. So, yun, pinag-aaralan namin yung lineup nung opponents namin, kung ano yung ginagawa nila sa mga lineup nila, singles, first double, second double. So, doon kami pinag-aaralan talaga namin mga
Part of
days
the-
from the sa
Part of the
matches.
strategy kasi
Oo,
yun eh.
yun yung mga hindi nakikita ng mga fans, coach. Pero coach, di ka na bago sa UAP. The
Yes.
players, they're
Yeah.
rookies. Actually, yung last na nanalo yung UST, you were still
Yeah,
playing
I'm
and winning that championship, coach. Ano yung feeling na, you won
Nabalik.
as a coach and as a player
player.
as well, coach?
Sobrang fulfilling, and then sobrang sarap sa feeling na nung player and then ngayon as a coach. So nagpapasalamat na din kami sa UST kasi the support is lahat binibigay ng school. So since nung player ako until now, it's always the same. So the university is giving all for about the athletes. So kaya lahat ng athletes sa UST is yung pag naglaro sila talagang all out talaga. Todo talaga.
Seb, makikita ka pa namin? Next year?
Makikita.
Yes? Nilo?
Yes.
Same? Ayan.
Trying to defend the title.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats again, mga
Thank you,
idol.
thank you.
Thank you. We're shifting UAP sports because after the break, we'll find out what to expect from the epic finals rematch of the Bulldogs and the Archers in UAAP Women's Volleyball. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back. You're watching The Game. It's mission accomplished for the Bulldogs and the Archers as they set up a finals rematch in UAAP Women's Volleyball. Let's get a preview of the last two teams standing in Season 85 with volleyball analyst Jamie La Vittoria. Jamie, welcome back to The Game.
Hello.
Thanks, guys. Welcome back. Thank
All right,
you.
Jamie, so the stage is set for the UAAP finals in volleyball. First of all, did you expect this matchup from the get-go, or were there surprises along the way?
I mean, I believe there were surprises all throughout the eliminations, but it is expected because of how they've been playing in the past few games.
A lot of people thought that UST could have spoiled the party. They were on a run in that second round, towards the end of the second round, and because they also beat both
Almost there.
NU and DLSU. What makes this rematch a little different, though? Because yes, same cast but maybe a different movie? Is that a way to put it?
Wow, I like that. Well, based off last year's season 84, I think a lot of the players have matured. And having that maturity locked in for the incoming 85 finals is a completely different ballgame to have.
Now, before we go to the actual matchup in the finals, let's talk about how they got there. So LaSalle, Justin Hazareno emerges the player of the game, 22 excellent digs and 16 excellent receptions.
Oh, she was great.
What role did she have in you booking their slot in the finals once again for LaSalle?
Well, the point of the libero, it's the backbone of the team. They stabilized the offense with the first ball, and that is what she did. She knew where Aya Laure was going with her cross-court attack. She knew when the drop balls would occur. So being in libero, she has it all in terms of steadiness and ball control.
Obviously, that was the team that gave them their last loss, and they had to think and sleep about that loss for, a whole week, because Holy Week break
That's right.
came after. So they really took that seriously. I want to mention that Aya Laure only scored 15 points in that match. She was in her 8 career games against LaSalle. She averaged 20.
Wow.
This whole season, she averaged 19.5. 15 is a great number
That's
for
right.
any
other player.
But they were able to control Aya. She obviously was the focal point.
That's right. They, silenced her in a few rallies where I noticed that she would normally get that sharp cross-court attack, but the defense was there on the side of LaSalle, and you can tell that LaSalle was very much prepared. I'm sure they prepared weeks in advance for this game, and knowing how Coach Ramil is, how he's known for those in-game adjustments, that's what he did yesterday.
And now let's talk about the defending champs and how they got to the finals. NU defeated Adamson in 3-1. Vange Alinsug has been stepping up for NU. What more do you want to see from her and the rest of the NU Bulldogs as they move on to the last round of this UAAP season?
Well, I chose to talk about her today because she is a super rookie in the team of NU, and she started playing in the first round against UP. She was playing actually over Princess Robles during that time. And just seeing the growth that she's had from the first round until now, there was one specific rally where Lamina set the ball kind of off the net. And normally you would do a cut shot or a off speed, but she controlled it with snapping her wrist earlier than usual. And when I saw that, I was like, wait, this girl has some vet moves.
As a rookie,
That's
yeah.
right.
Let's also put it into context to some of the viewers here. If Princess Robles did not come back for her final year, Vange Alinsug would have started
That's right.
for this team. And Vange Alinsug is MVP in the girls' championship, also a finals MVP in the girls' division. So this girl packs a punch,
That's
literally
right.
and figuratively. But okay, the rookie MVP last year, of course, was Bella Belen. What are your general thoughts of her in the season so far? Because she's picked it up also in the second round after the LaSalle losses. And how are you thinking of her going into this finals?
Well, Bella Belen, in the first round, she was a little shaky, but after the Holy Week break, I believe they had, all of them in NU had that reset, right? They had to kind of get it together in a way that a lot of teams are challenging them. And because of that, I think the timing of their losses were, back-to-back against LaSalle.
But early.
That's right. And I think, I always say this where you have to learn from these losses. And she had her career high with 29 points. I mean, for her second year, that's already a lot. But coming into the finals, I think she needs to do more because LaSalle will definitely guard her.
And
Now-
they haven't lost since
Right.
that back-to-back
That's right.
loss against
So
LaSalle.
a 7-game win streak, I
Right.
guess, for the NU Lady Bulldogs. But you've played in the finals basically all your UAAP years, and let's talk about this matchup. NU and LaSalle, basically a finals rematch from last year. What will be the keys to winning for both teams? Let's start it off with NU, Jamie.
I would say consistency. From whistle to whistle, they have to be on point with every little detail in terms of knowing that LaSalle is the type of team that does not allow their opponent to have 3 points or more. You know when Coach Ramil calls that timeout, he says, you need to change the momentum, right? Because once LaSalle has that momentum, it's difficult to even tie the score.
Coach Ramil was shushing the LaSalle crowd yesterday. That's the first time I've covered volleyball
And
for
the
so long.
the
And
crowd
they
responded also.
actually
They listened.
shushed. We cannot let you go without talking about Adamson. back in the Final Four after 9 years, getting the bronze medal. And, you and I love watching Louis
That's right,
Romero
yeah.
play. Oh, what are your thoughts on Adamson in their year?
I mean, I have to give credit to Coach Jerry for completely turning the Adamson volleyball program around. And I have to give credit to Louis Romero for orchestrating the offense in such a beautiful way. And she's not just a setter, she's a thinking setter, right? She knows who to set at what time. She knows the tempo of the set. And just the calmness in her body language, whether they're down or ahead 10 points, you can see that she's very confident and very poised as well.
She takes a lot of risks,
That's
calculated risks,
That's right.
and she's so stable. She's such a joy to watch. Is she coming back next year? We don't know. We'll see.
We hope so.
We'll see. Jamie, I'll see you in the finals. Thank
Yes.
you very much for
Thank
being
you.
here tonight.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you, Jamie.
after the break, we'll shift over to hoops action as we talk about the iconic matchup between LeBron James and Steph Curry. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. You're still watching The Game. The Lakers take an early lead in the Western Conference semifinals, to the delight of a lot of people around here, as they take Game 1 against the Warriors. Let's talk more about this matchup, which hits close to home for a lot of Filipino fans. And of course, my co-host and NBA Philippines All-Star analyst Diego Dario will do the honors and break down this matchup for us. But first of all, I think I read today that it was the highest rating matchup or semifinals, I forgot which one, in cable television in the States. So there was a lot of buzz, obviously, for the Lakers and the Warriors. How big is this? For the franchises? Maybe let's talk with the franchises first.
Well, with what you said about record breaking, I'm not even surprised with what happened because this matchup is a matchup made in heaven. Basically, first series between these two franchises in the playoffs in 32 years. And of course, we have another Steph versus LeBron matchup, but this time not in the finals. So they're going to be, trying to eliminate each other from getting to the finals. And that's going to be the first time ever between these two players. And of course, the heavy Pinoy fan base for both these franchises. It's a lot of storylines that's going to be coming up here in this series. And it's just Game 1. And that Game 1 was very, very exciting.
Hindi pa nila nakikita yung record ratings natin
Right.
here in the Philippines for sure. And Game 2 is coming up next. There are other like side stories and other side storylines in this. The AD factor, which we'll get to in a bit. The Jordan Poole factor, which we'll get to in a bit. But first, LeBron and Steph, your quick thoughts on that as they meet again. Does it affect their legacy? Are their legacies safe? Is somebody's legacy better than the other if one wins the semifinals? Pa lang tayo, ha? But what are your thoughts on that?
I think Steph has more to gain in this matchup in a sense where I think LeBron has cemented his legacy already. I think for sure, at least he's number 2 when you talk about, the greatest ever to play the game. But
To some, he's number 1.
To some, he's number 1. But when you talk about Steph, when he gets this matchup against LeBron, if he wins this series, he has more to gain in just winning a championship, and if he eventually wins the whole championship as well, I think he's going to be up there as well when you talk about the greatest to ever play, and not just being the greatest shooter ever to play the game, but just overall being the greatest as well.
Okay, AD very crucial in this matchup. Jordan Poole very crucial also. But what are your thoughts on who will be an X factor in these two teams?
Well, I think the reason why AD had a monster game in Game 1 against the Golden State Warriors, remember that Sacramento matchup for the Warriors, they were giving Sabonis that mid-range shot. They cannot do that same game plan against AD because AD can hit that shot
Loves
9
that
times
shot.
out of
Yeah,
10
yeah.
when he's open. So he got that rhythm, and that's why he got a big game to get this win. And talking about Jordan Poole, that he had a great game, 21 points, 6 threes. And I remember, I think I saw Draymond Green, his podcast after the game. He was
okay with that
defending
shot,
Jordan Poole with that shot. It was a wide open shot, it was a rhythm shot, and he was 6 out of 10 before taking that shot. So he was on fire.
Yeah. Just didn't make it.
Just didn't make it.
Too
So,
far, maybe a little
hit
bit.
or miss, hit
Yeah,
or
I
miss
know.
league.
That's just how it is. We have to just quickly discuss your thoughts on Boston and Philly. Embiid came back today, but they lost, and they lost big. Series is now tied at 1-1, but they go to Philadelphia for Game 3.
Well, first of all, congratulations to Joel Embiid winning his MVP finally. I think long time coming.
Could have been his second.
For Joel
Yeah.
Embiid, but you know, when you talk about the Celtics, I think I kind of expected this after losing Game 1 at home against the Philadelphia 76ers. They were just on point in Game 2. They won this by a big lead, even with Jason Tatum just scoring 7 points. Their game plan was on point. And talking about Philadelphia, I think they kind of did what they had to do already
Which is
in the
split.
road, which is
Okay.
to split this and try to gain home court advantage, which they still have at this point.
And of course, the question here will be how healthy Embiid will be really the
course.
rest of the series. That will probably tip the scales, whether it's to Philly or Boston. All right, thanks for the breakdown, Diego.
Yes, sir. And before we go, some good news from Cambodia.
Yay!
The Philippines just got its first gold medal in the 2023 Southeast Asian Games, courtesy of jiu-jitsu fighter Jenna Kyla Napolis. The 25-year-old swept all her 4 events in the competition, including the final match against hometown bet Jessa Khan in the 52-kilogram category. Congratulations once again. And that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Diego Dario.
Great news to end the show. I'm Boom Gonzalez, and this has been The Game.